Today I'm excited to share Reading A to Z with you. Reading A to Z is an amazing online leveled reading program that offers thousands of leveled books, passages, lesson plans, worksheets, and assessments. In order to get started using Reading A to Z, you first need to go to readingatoz.com. In order to use Reading A to Z, you do need to be a member, which costs about $100 a year, but I can tell you that if my school stopped providing me with membership, I would easily pay the $100 a year subscription fee so I could continue using this amazing program. I'm going to sign in so that we can see all the great resources it provides. Now that I've signed in, I'm going to go to the Resources tab, and I'm going to take you into the books. There's so much on this website. I'm still learning, and I've been using this program for over a year, but I'm going to focus on the books today. I'm going to first take you to the leveled books. With Reading A to Z, they have leveled books from AA all the way up to level Z. Just like DRA or Fontes Pinnell, there's a leveling system, and it's similar, but there is a leveling chart that I am going to show you. This is the leveling chart, so if your school uses DRA like mine does, I can see that DRA 8 is a Reading A to Z level E. So I'm going to be looking at level F today, and I'm going to take you into the book Changing Seasons. So you'll click on the book you want to share. It tells you if it's what genre it is, if it's fiction or nonfiction, and you click go to the book. Once you get to the book page, there's so much information and there's so many worksheets that go along with each book. Under each book, you'll see a projectable, which allows you to show this book on the smartboard. There's also options for you to print the book. When I print these books for guided reading lessons, I always do single-sided books, and I can show you what that looks like. With a single-sided book, you can then print it, and you'll fold the pages to create a book. If you go to the projectables, and you let it load just very quickly, then you can flip through and you can use this for a whole group or a small group, but you could read it on a projectable board. If you use an interactive whiteboard such as a smartboard, you can use these tools on the side to make marks on the book. If you're talking about ing endings, maybe you'll want to have students come up and circle the ing. If you're working with S's at the end of a word, you can use a stamp and you can stamp it so they know, oh, there's an S. You can also draw on it, you can highlight, you can create text that you write notes on. So there's so much you can do with this book. And you can continue doing that as you flip through the book. If you make markings, when you go back to the page, the markings will be there. After you X out of the book, the markings will disappear. Then, when we go back to our book page, you'll see all these resources listed on the right-hand side. For every book in Reading A to Z, there's a guided reading lesson. So you can open the guided reading lesson and you can get lots of ideas for a guided group. There's also, it gives you the high frequency words that are in the book. Additional words that you might want to cover, and then there's many worksheets. So for this book, there's a comprehension sheet that looks like this, that they're going to be doing sorting. There's also word work that looks like this. They're going to be using words from the book. And there's also an assessment. So after your guided group reads the book, you can give them this assessment quiz to make sure that they're understanding. In addition to leveled books, under resources, you can see that there's alphabet books. So for early childhood educators, when you're teaching letters, you can use these books, whether it be a whole group or small group, to teach letters. There's also letter sound books that do the same thing, focus on each letter, but it works on the letter being an initial sound or an end sound. And there's also decodable books. This is what I'm using a lot in my classroom right now. So it works on different consonants or vowels, short vowels and long vowels, consonant blends, and word families. And just like with the leveled books, every book has a lesson plan, worksheets, and a comprehension quiz for the end. I hope you enjoyed this tour of Reading A to Z, and if you are interested, there is a free 14-day trial that you can sign up for on the front page.